Hey everybody, I haven't done a proper bonus video in a while, so let's get down to it. This wasn't intended to be a glitch video, this was just a normal run of this level in very hard mode until I did the moon jump by accident. I haven't shown off the moon jump to my knowledge. I don't even think I've done it accidentally, and every once in a while you will do it accidentally because, well, this is how it works. If you glide and then release the button on the last frame, right as you land, you will spring into the air. And the longer you've been gliding, or hovering if you're Omega, the bigger your moon jump will be. And so, at this point, I hadn't actually beaten the first section of the level yet. I hadn't beaten the Rouge section. So I just kind of flew into this section blind, not knowing what in the hell I'm supposed to do. And this is coming up on one of the worst things in the game. And you're gonna see why. But, yeah, we're supposed to be Shadow here. We are not supposed to be Rouge. We basically moon jumped over the trigger to switch from Shadow, or from Rouge to Shadow. And what's interesting is, no matter what we do, if we die in here, we will always come back as Rouge. Once we've gone through a checkpoint, we'll just come back as Rouge. And now I'm discovering the nasty surprise this level has in store for us. When you kill those enemies, this laser gate doesn't come down. And then they just respawn. But they respawn in the order you killed them, not all at once. So if they just respawn at once, you'd be like, oh, okay, they've all respawned. Instead, like a robot, there you go. A robot will pop up, then another robot, then the big one a little later. And you'll think it's a new pattern, and you've just got to keep killing these patterns of enemies, and eventually the gate will open. But after you go through this 2 or 3 times, you realize that no. These are just the same enemies. They're just coming out staggered. It's very annoying. And you've got to figure out what you have to do. But eventually, if you're Rouge, you realize, hey, I don't need this bullshit. I can climb up. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not supposed to be here, so I can't climb up walls. But I can just go around. You can tell how lazy the programmers were, because if Rouge is in a section she's not supposed to be in, she can't climb up walls. If Rouge is in a section of the game that they've kind of repurposed for her, she still can't climb up walls. Yep, in Flame Core, there is a Rouge section where they clearly didn't put any time into it, and she can't climb up any obstacles. So if you miss a certain key that's floating in the air, there's a good chance you're just gonna land in lava and either die or lose all your rings. Because it's a great game. Now, we've killed those enemies, and hey, it's the eagle. Oh, fuck you, eagle. I don't know if the eagle is being finicky, because it is finicky sometimes when I've gotten through here as Shadow, or if it just won't pick up Rouge. But either way, I've never been able to get onto the eagle as Rouge, which is a little disappointing. Because I really wonder how Rouge would fare in the next section of the level. But unfortunately, it's a mystery I probably will never solve. But anyway, you can just imagine how confusing it is to end up in a new section of a level you've never played before. Especially one that isn't intended for the character. Because, well, you would like to beat it with this character, but the game doesn't really intend you to be able to do so. And this level loops back around on itself. So the layout is really confusing if you're kind of doing it the wrong way. And not being able to climb up walls just helps make it a little bit more irritating. I'm not going to blame the game for that though, although the fact that Rouge can't climb up any obstacle is just ridiculous. I mean, if she's supposed to be in a section, she should be able to climb. But there's like these pedestals in front of us. If this were her section and she could climb the wall, she couldn't climb the pedestals. except in certain cases. So often you'll just fly at them, and this will happen. Yeah, you'll just fall in the water. Sucks. But what can you do? So, that's basically all there is to show off in here. You can't get through this section. You can't get around. You can't really do anything too interesting other than the fact that, you know, Shadow is supposed to be the character you play here. And, you know, you can't really advance with Rouge, which is a shame. There are many sections in the game where being able to skip a section is really useful. And we'll see it one of these days. Yeah. In fact, in the main LP of the DLC, we will see Rouge's ability to skip sections come in handy, and then it backfiring, because in White Acropolis the same thing can happen to you, where you can skip a section and end up in Shadow's section, but the game doesn't expect you to be able to do that, so it won't trigger the conditions for you to beat the level. You can get to the end of the level, but you can't beat it. It's pretty crazy. But there'll be plenty of time to show that off, so I'll see you hopefully tomorrow with White Acropolis and Kingdom Valley. See you then. Not before we go over here, though. And eventually, we'll end up dying. Because, well, Rouge always ends up dying. So, I'll just spare you that. See ya.